I still remember the emptiness I carried after my first heartbreak. It wasn't just sadness, it was like something inside me collapsed, leaving a hollow space I couldn't fill. For a long time, I thought the answer was to replace that loss with someone new, someone attractive, someone who could take away the loneliness with physical closeness. But no matter how many moments like that I had, the emptiness stayed. Then, at a friend's party on a random evening, I met someone who had become the most important person in my life. At first, I didn't recognize it, but she was the one who taught me what I was really searching for all along: emotional intimacy. After my first heartbreak, I promised myself I wouldn't settle for something shallow again. That pain showed me how fragile love can feel when there's no real connection beneath the passion. Meeting her was different. At first, I was scared of repeating the same mistakes, of being hurt again. But little by little, I realized this wasn't the same story. What made this love different were the invisible threads of emotional intimacy. We didn't just share chemistry, we shared conversations that stretched into the night, laughter over simple routines, comfort in silence, and a sense of being fully seen. And I know this isn't just about me. This is something so many of us long for. Deep down, we're not only searching for someone to desire us physically, but someone who makes us feel safe, understood, and truly connected. Without emotional intimacy, love may start with sparks, but it won't last as a flame. I began to notice the signs that told me exactly what I was craving. The first was the need for deep conversations. Have you ever sat across from someone and lost track of time because the conversation pulled you deeper and deeper? I had that with her. We talked about our childhood dreams, the fears we tried to hide, and the values we wanted to build our lives around. It wasn't small talk, it was soul talk. Those nights showed me that true closeness grows when you dare to open the locked doors inside yourself. At first, it was terrifying because opening up after heartbreak feels like handing someone the key to your most fragile places. But every time she responded with honesty and openness, I felt safe enough to open more. Those talks became the bridge that carried us over doubts, misunderstandings, and differences. The second sign was emotional support. Before, I had felt alone even in relationships, like I had to carry my burdens by myself. But this time, I came home after a terrible day, and instead of brushing it off, she sat down, held my hand, and listened. She didn't try to fix me, she didn't dismiss me, she just stayed. And in that simple act, I felt seen. That moment taught me that real love isn't proven in grand gestures, but in the choice to stand beside each other when life is heavy. That support built trust. And trust is what kept us steady when passion rose and fell. The third sign was the little things. We often think love is about the dramatic moments, the big anniversaries, the perfect vacations. But the truth is, it's built in the smallest of actions. The way she laughed at my silly jokes, the way we cooked together, arguing over who chopped vegetables better. The way we held hands on a walk, saying nothing but feeling everything. These were the things that stitched our hearts closer each day. And those little things weren't little at all. They were proof of care, consistency, and presence. The fourth sign was shared silence. I used to think silence was a sign of disconnection, but with her it felt different. We could sit on the couch, not say a word, and yet feel deeply connected. There was no pressure to perform, no need to fill the air. Just being there was enough. That kind of silence is rare. It's the kind where you're not afraid of what the other person might be thinking because you already feel safe. And in those moments, I learned that sometimes love speaks loudest when no words are spoken. And the fifth sign: sustained eye contact. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt like they could see all of you? Not just your smile or your face, but your truth. I remember sitting across from her, and our eyes met. And for a second I had to look away because it was too much, too real. But when I let myself stay in it, I felt understood in a way words could never capture. Eye contact stripped away the walls I had built after my heartbreak, and it showed me that emotional intimacy is about being fully seen even in your most vulnerable moments. Each of these signs wasn't just a detail, they were turning points. They were the proof that I wasn't just in love, I was being loved in a way that healed me. What I learned through these moments is that emotional intimacy doesn't appear overnight, but you can nurture it. You can start by being open about what you really feel, instead of hiding behind walls. For me, learning to say I'm scared or I need help felt uncomfortable at first, but it brought us closer. Practice the little things that show affection: holding hands, listening with intention, even just a smile at the right time. These habits accumulate, and over time, they tell your partner, I'm here with you. Create space for silence. Not every moment needs to be filled. Let your presence speak, and trust that being together is enough. And when you talk, give your eyes too. Look at them. Really look without distraction. It's a way of saying I'm fully with you right now. I found that these choices shifted the way I lived every day. Instead of chasing intensity, I nurtured consistency. Instead of searching for sparks, I built warmth. And warmth is what lasts. That shift didn't just change my relationship, it changed me. It softened me. It gave me courage, and it showed me that love rooted in emotional intimacy feels unshakable. Looking back, I know my first heartbreak broke me open, but it also prepared me to recognize what I truly needed the second time. Without those lessons, I might have overlooked the woman who became the most important part of my life. Emotional intimacy is what transformed attraction into a bond that feels steady and alive. And I believe many of us are on that same journey, learning that what we really crave isn't just passion, it's being deeply understood and loved for who we are. So I want to ask you, which of these 5 signs speaks to you most right now? Share your story in the comments because your reflection might help someone else. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hi Day Psych, and remember, you matter.